Hello, thanks for being in a new video. This time I have an unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Ring. Let's get started. At the time of recording this video, I still do not know its price in Mexico, but on screen it is appearing with its respective reference in dollars, just so you have an idea. But remember that the prices here are not the same as over there. Surely the question of how you are going to choose the size of this ring could arise. Obviously, in the physical Samsung stores, you will be able to have the kit of different sizes at your fingertips, but if you are going to buy it online, they will send you this one first, which is the Galaxy Ring Sizing Kit. You will make a payment for this kit, which will be discounted from the price of the Galaxy Ring. So we are going to open this kit just so you can see the different sizes that we are going to find, because obviously being an accessory of this style, you are going to need to buy a specific size. And unlike other electronic devices that perhaps you could resell or give away easily, in this case it is something very personal and very specific. So watch, it comes from number 5 all the way up to number 13. So just so you more or less have an idea, number 5 for example, in my case would only fit on this finger. However, Samsung says that ideally you should use it on the index finger, although you could use it on any other finger. But for ideal use, choose the index finger. The size 13 even fits loosely on my thumb, so I think there is a good variety of sizes for you to choose from. But it will be very important that you use the official kit in order to have the most accurate measurement. In my case, I think it is 9, although in this case I have the edition in size 8, but now I'll show you how I got it. This is the sizing kit, and now we are going to open the Galaxy Ring. And before we move on, let me just give you a curious fact, because this little ring that you see on the box, in this case is in black, because indeed this is the black color, but it is also available in gold and silver, and in those cases the box would also come customized with that color, just as I say, as a curious fact. So let's open this box and we're straight into the ring box, but before we see the ring, notice that there's another bit of content here. And this is specifically the cable, which is USB-C to USB-C, so it's appreciated that it does come with this cable included. Over here it also gives us a little more information. For example, it says that we can do more things with our Samsung account, so it's important that you create your Samsung account if you don't already have one. The ring apparently has a small indicator that will show you more or less what is the front, so that indicator should be placed on the inside of your hand. And well, there's a little bit of additional information over here. For example, here it's just telling us where the temperature sensor is placed, where the optical heart rate sensor is placed, and notice that there's a button on the charging case, plus it has USB-C, and there's an indicator light. You're going to need to install the Galaxy Wearable app, which comes pre-installed on most Galaxy devices, but note that you could also use it with other Android devices, but not with iPhone. So that's pretty much all we find here, so let's get straight to the rest of the content now. We come across the case. And notice that it's a very reflective case. It actually has a silver design that reflects a lot of light with some transparency. To give you a reference of the size of the case, here I have my Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, which are exactly the same size as virtually all Galaxy Buds, so more or less the same size. Although in this case it does not have corners as rounded as we see in the Galaxy Buds. Here we find slightly straighter lines, but it's a very similar size. Obviously the case is not necessary that you are charging it everywhere. It is simply to put to charge the battery of your ring when it has run out, and obviously also to link for the first time with your cell phone this accessory. So let's go through this pairing process. Let's see, we're going to open this case, and in no time it should be detected by the cell phone if it's a Galaxy. If it's not a Galaxy, obviously the quick linking process is not so simple. Notice there it is, it has already detected it, it shows a nice animation, and we are going to put connect. Now the cell phone is downloading the necessary software to be able to manage this ring. The truth is that it is a short download. Let's wait for it to finish and continue. Ready? Just as it happens with similar accessories, we simply have to accept the terms and conditions and authorize any additional settings. In this case, curiously, it asks us to change the location permission of the Galaxy Ring Manager application, something that happens quite common on Android devices. I wish this type of permissions already came default, because for some users it can be somewhat confusing, as there is not such a clear explanation. Here what you have to do is select that you want this app to have permission all the time to access your location, obviously for the purpose of being able to give you accurate tracking of your workouts and the like. Once you accept that, you can go back and then activate the rest of the permissions. But I insist, being a Galaxy device, the one I'm using, I would like in an ideal case all those permissions to come already enabled. Now watch, you are telling me here that I can check my energy level through this ring. We're also going to have access to sleep information, including sleep patterns, and certainly a coach to give you tips on how to get better rest. It also has this advanced measurement section, although note that that doesn't come on by default, but it's going to measure your blood oxygen while you're sleeping and also your skin temperature. The snore detection will work in conjunction with your cell phone's microphone, so you would need to sleep with your cell phone nearby if you want to have that option turned on. For now, let's put next, and we'll see that it's also going to help us keep track of our activity, very similar to the information that a smartwatch could give you. So I think this ring is a little bit more focused for those who want to monitor their physical activity, but don't necessarily want a watch, or maybe they don't like or are in the way of a watch. Then this ring would be a good solution. Of course, you can define your goals as a number of steps or activity time or calories burned. So depending on what you want as a goal, you can set that information. And notice that it's also going to measure your heart rate, and it's able to notify you when your heart rate is too low or too high. We're going to put next, and finally it's showing us how to use the ring, something I told you about a moment ago, that it has an indicator line, and that line should go on the inside of your hand. So let's put next, and it's finishing this configuration process so that we can start wearing this ring. And he says everything is ready, so we're going to remove the ring from its case. Although at this point he's got the ring out of its case, so I think I'm going to put it on charge. But to wrap up this video, I want you to see pretty much, here's the indicator line. So that line goes on the inside, and that's it. In my case, to tell you the truth, this size was a little small for me, but hey, it's a test unit. So I think it's going to be useful also with very accelerated movements for the ring to be firm. Note that the ring is also compatible with SmartThings Find, so you can find it on a map if you lose it. And here is a bit of its configuration and the measurements it is able to offer us. But well, in a video review we will go into much more detail of everything you can and cannot do through this ring. Remember that it has no display, no LED, no vibration motor, no nothing like that. So basically it's a collector of all your activity and different indicators and everything else you'll do through your cell phone. But I insist, for those who find it a bit cumbersome to have a smartwatch but want to keep track of their physical activity, it can be an interesting option. For the moment, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, you know you can point it out, and see you next time.